Right, this is a parcel which I've had sitting around for 5 months. Hello everybody, welcome to videos, my name's James Williams Games, today doing an unboxing video. So yeah, I bought this on the 7th of February. It cost me £114 and 31 pence. Bought it from Amazon, and it's basically the Elgato HD60 X. And I started the channel 2017, and I would say about 95% of the time the game captures I have been using is Elgato's. Doesn't necessarily mean it's been good. They've had their fair share of challenges, and I haven't been using it for the last half a year or so because I've had a lot of problems with it. How it all begun with me was this one. I bought it from Amazon. This is the Elgato HD60, which cost me about £100. It's good, it was a good place to start, but I don't think you can buy them anymore. They're discontinued. The only issue with it was the delay. For whatever you're capturing, there's going to be a bit of a delay with the capture and the sound. So since the Elgato HD60, I have also tried out the Elgato HD60S and the Elgato HD60S Plus, I think it was, which basically broke my laptop, broke it big time. That was a turning point to move over from a laptop to a PC, and since being on the PCs I've been using the Elgato HD60 Pro. And what I like about this design is it basically eliminates some of the cables because it plugs directly into your motherboards, and it was fine, I would say, for about 2 years. When I moved over to a gaming PC, then it went absolutely peak tong. It's never been the same since. Basically, I was working on a PC unboxing video, and during that video I tried out lots of different systems to try and see how the PC would cope. And of course, different systems have different resolutions, and me being me, I did it as I've been doing it all the time, changing resolutions so it appears correct on screen. And I think too much was changed. I changed something and I couldn't put it right. So every time I was trying certain systems, that's what made it more bizarre. Some systems captured, and some of them I just couldn't get the right resolution. Once it appeared on screen, it was very small and the resolution was very poor, and no sound was heard. But only the 1200, the CT4 and the A500 Mini would capture. Nothing else would. So it can't have been a resolution issue. I would have been the same for every single system. So I don't know. So I went on Amazon and I bought another one, but unfortunately because it was discontinued, the one I bought was used. And it fixed it. I was quite worried. I felt, well, this is probably going to do exactly the same thing. I plugged in one of the systems that I couldn't capture originally, and it captured immediately. So I was really happy with that. That was my phone. And it was fine for about 3 months, and now, once again, I've got sound issues. I would say 9 times out of 10, all the problems I've had have been sound issues. So anyway, I needed something ASAP to try and get that video finished. So I went on Amazon, bear in mind money was very short at the time. I bought this one for £25. It's a 4K HD video, USB 3.0 capture. But yeah, I wasn't confident, I really wasn't, but I needed something that's going to work. And I plugged it in, and amazingly it worked. It looked really good on screen. The only issue with it is it does provide quite a lot of cables. On the side you've got the 4K, the input and the output being HDMI, but also you've got the USB 3.0. 2 problems I've got with the gaming PC. The first one is I'm running low on memory, and 2, there's not a lot of spare ports, so it can be a bit of a cable fest. About 2 months ago I bought this. This is the cheapest ever game capture I've ever bought. Again, it was from Amazon. It cost me about £6. Wouldn't work. It could capture it, but it wasn't very good quality. And about 6 years ago I bought this. And bear in mind, the box has seen better days. I've never taken it out of its box. This is a Roxio Game Capture HD Pro. Capture and edit and share Xbox and PlayStation gameplay. Never used it. It's still in its box. Which brings us on the subject of this, and the reason why it's been sitting in this bag all this time is basically because I'm just not confident now with Elgato. I've had so many problems with them, but I just keep thinking to myself, well, it's too late to send back now. Is it going to work? Is it going to be another suspect? But we'll try it out nevertheless. But first, we'll try out this. I'll show you what the issues are. We'll try out this and show you what the issues are, and hopefully all the issues can be rectified, hopefully, with this. We shall see. Right, so after 5 months, we're finally going to open it. But there we go. Unfortunately, though, it's going back to old ways because this one does not plug directly to your motherboard. It's now going to be a cable fest once again. But this is the Elgato HD60 X. Play and create without compromise. 4K 60 HDR, 1080p 60 HDR, PlayStation 5 and Xbox. And if it captures those okay, surely it's going to capture all score. I hope so. unfiltered creativity, smooth gameplay, flashback recording, pure pass-through, next level control, and professional capture. We'll see about that. Yeah, we're going to try it out. Okay, for starting point, we're going to try out the Elgato HD60 Pro, as it's already installed on the PC. And I do put chapters in my videos, we'll go straight to the new one, that's in the description below. But yeah, we'll try it out. Alright, for this test, why not? We'll try out the CD32, shall we? There we go. Fantastic game. Not played for a while though. On the CD32 Super Methane Brothers. Right, we're testing out the audio. Now, I've actually plugged the headphones directly into the sound blasters. I don't normally do it like that. I normally plug it into the TV. But doing it like this means I can hear what you're hearing. And hopefully you can hear it for this video. But basically, every so often, it blips. What makes it so random? It doesn't always do it. Sometimes it does it lots, and sometimes just occasionally. And yes, I'm using the right resolution. And I've tried every idea under the sun. I haven't solved it. But this is using the HD60 Pro. At the occasional time it will settle down. All of a sudden it has a moment. And it does it all the time. But normally when I'm streaming, I don't have the headphones plugged into the sound blaster, so I don't know it's doing it. Now it's doing it all the time, but yeah, I won't find out until the editing stages normally. But it's so weird. Once it starts, you can't stop it. Yeah, it's weird because when I first got it, it never did it. Now it does it all the time. But give this a try. This is the 4K HD video capture, which should solve it. But as a result, more cables. Cables is always a problem, but me being me, trying to make it easy for myself, I've actually labelled everything. So that's the in, that's the out. Right, all that's left to do now is deactivate the HD60 Pro, possibly for the last time, I don't know, and activate the 4K. Don't normally have issues with 4K, the only issue I've got is of course make a port. Now on the top of the PC here, which you can't see, there's two very handily placed USB ports. And I like to use those with like USB sticks. Unfortunately, both have been taken up, one for the 4K itself and the other one for my external hard drive. Unfortunately, the memory on the PC is full up, very nearly full up. I didn't have the money, so it's a job for the future. In the meantime, it's the case of switching around all the time. Why not? Well, we'll do one more test with the 4K, we'll move over to the unboxing side of it. One of the problems doing videos this time of year, it's so hot. It's the only fan I've got. But when I bought it last week, I was absolutely skint. But of course, I don't use it using videos because of course it interacts with the microphone itself. But I've just bought one from Amazon. Now I've been paid. Arriving tomorrow. Hopefully, it won't be as loud. Right, this is going to be loud and proud. It's fantastic though. Unfortunately, the CD32 version of AGA Plus is exactly the same other than being on a CD. Right, to make this possible, because I'm using the zip stick on the CD32, I plugged in my keyboard, plugged it into the riser. That way we can play it. One quick try, but yeah, looking so good. Don't have any issues with the 4K. It's very rare I do. But hopefully, the new Elgato will hopefully solve the issues. If it doesn't solve the issues, I have no idea what I'm going to do. Move on to something totally different, a totally different brand. Who knows? But there we go. White wings, red and blue could do better. Right, let's unbox this now. But yes, the issue which could happen is the lack of ports. Now, of course, it's not going to be plugged in directly into the motherboard. It's going to need HDMIs. But I haven't got many spare ones. Too late now. Not the easiest box to get into, that's for sure. Right. There we go. Love the box. Right, so there is the main event. It's a bit smaller than I thought it would be, but yes, this sort of design, it means it's going to end up on the floor, unfortunately. That was one of the problems also with HD60s, S+, that sort of thing. They're going to be on the floor. And like all the others I bought, there's also an Elgato sticker and a very small instruction manual, but also HDMIs. And of course, when you're buying devices, 9 times out of 10, there's going to be a HDMI in there. But this is a really, really nice quality one. Look at that, nice thick cable. says HDMI high speed with internet, and also USB and USB-C. That is also a really nice quality cable. Please work. Well, it's very kind of Elgato to feature a nice quality HDMI cable, but unfortunately we need two of them. Never mind, we use this one for the in, and I have to admit though, the cables are really nice and long. So for the other one, I've got to use one of mine. Right, so once again, we've got to make some adjustments. Turn that off, unplug that, unplug that, unplug that. And then it falls on the floor. Another thing that's been worrying me since I got this one is I don't know if I've got a spare HDMI. And of course, a lot of these graphics cards have display cables, not HDMI cables. No, there's not a spare one there. I need to think of another strategy. Right, I've got one of these spare. This basically converts HDMI to a display cable. I forgot I had that one, but I'll use that one for one of my monitor screens and use the spare HDMI for the Elgato. Well, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but we have got a flashing red light on there, but it is as I feared. It's just cables everywhere. And I'm going to have to just put it here. There's nowhere else to put it. So it is going to be a bit untidy, but at least now I gained that one back. So there is that. I'll keep that with that, just in case. I also done some research. This is what I've bought since the start of the channel. I bought an Elgato HD60 X, a Stream Deck which was sent back, two HD60 Pros, a HD60 S Plus which was sent back, that and the HD60 S are sent back, and the Elgato HD60. Also the 4K, the Roxio, the HDMI video capture, 4 HD video converters, 2 SoCs, a Scott's HDMI converter, a two-way splitter, an AB2 HDMI, and a 10 deck. That's all I can think of. And I suppose you include it, that's also Elgato. My green screen, I bought 2 of those. I think that's about 21. But yeah, some things I have sent back, some have broke over the years. Okay. It's actually 1:10 in the morning and I'm crazy, but anyway, I got a major tangle with it. I was just putting ports in the wrong port and doing the wrong thing, but I haven't used one of these ones for a while. But everything is installed and I've rebooted the computer and now it should capture. It's on my TV, but it's not on the PC yet, so a little bit more work is needed. But on the device itself, we no longer have a flashing red light, we've got a stable blue light. Now we've got to try and get the resolution correct. I have to admit though, on my TV, it looks really nice and sharp. Right, I have done it, but I will do it again just to be sure. So we're going to add a new source. Video capture, add source, and it should already be there because I've done it. The HD60 X, add source, and there we go. Right, I've always been a bit of a fan of this CD32 home screen. Anyway, how does it compare to earlier? But we are now using the HD60 X. And I'm not expecting it to be much different setting wise to the earlier one. So deactivate, configure video, configure crossbar, frames per second type, resolution, video format, color space, color range, buffering, and audio output mode. So I suppose it would make sense to try out a game I tried earlier. So I think what we'll do is we'll fire up Super Meat Fan Brothers, and hopefully this time, fingers crossed, it's not going to blip. Okay, a job for the future. I must try and solve the cables underneath this desk. There's so many under there. There's got to be some sort of cable tie system and probably going to be Amazon, I expect. But anyway, we're now using the HD60X, which is actually seriously getting used to, just saying that. But the picture that you're seeing is better what I'm seeing because I'm still using the HD video converter. The reason for that is, of course, the new game capture does not have a SCART cable. But I might try your SSC very soon to see how that compares. Once again, headphones, I've done instant sound blasters. I don't normally do it like that, but once again, I can hear what you're hearing. And how you're hearing it is how I'm hearing it also. And so far, no issues with the music. And I love this music, it's superb. I can't hear any problems with it. Right, I'm going to load it up one more time, but also I'm going to add a filter. This is a bit bright for my liking. I'm going to go for the colour correction. And we're going to bring the brightness down a fraction to minus 003. Brightness, minus 003. Saturation, plus 005. Give that a try. Again, it sounds amazing. Of course, we're using the zip stick. Control select. Yes. What I might do actually, this does have a intro, which of course I think the original version did not have. So we'll let it roll and see how it performs. Even though it's very early days, but already I'm very impressed, and hopefully it will continue. But what I'm going to try and do now is I will substitute the HDV converter for the OSSC. Not all game captures have been good with OSSCs, but we're going to try out other systems, a few other games, and hopefully put the finishing touches in this video. But overall, I'm very impressed. Okay, day 2. I didn't record any more footage last night. I decided to tie the place up. But anyway, I've got to go to work in about an hour's time, but the new fans arrived. And also, I bought myself some cable ties for the PC. Right, I've tried recording long plays over the last 2 weekends. I had to keep stopping because it was getting too hot in here. I can't use fans, loud fans, because of the microphone issue. Right, so that's good. But there's another thing to store. Right, so we're going from work, we'll try out some more gaming systems. Right, so I've got a air circulation fan. It's gonna get untidy all the time. What's that? Oh. And also bought myself another extension cable. Right, there we go. 3 wind speed settings, whole room air circulation, multi-directional oscillation, and simple operation. Hoping it's quiet, because that way the microphone won't pick it up. But yeah, this one was £49 I think it was, but yeah, hopefully I can actually record videos now and not roasting in the process. Right, 25 past 11, I know I'm crazy, but anyway, we've got to try some more gaming systems out. We'll start off with the mighty Amiga. Why not? Right, and also, as I said earlier today, I'm also going to try out the OSSC, which is basically an open source scan converter 1.7. It doesn't always work when you're trying to capture, but it should work today. We'll see. Elgato, no signal. Right, so this is the OSSC testing screen. Already, this is a vast improvement over the 4K. It never captured it as quickly as that. Sometimes you have to keep unplugging it and plugging it back in to get some sort of image on the screen. So press that button now, and it brings onto the workbench screen. It should do. There we go. Fantastic. Right, there we go. I wasn't quite sure what to play really, but anyway, I want to try and put this game capture to an absolute test. That using the OSSC as well. So go on for Product X. Team 17 are proud to present Product X bonus levels with a top-selling shoot-em-up of the same name. Right, apologies about this blue box up there. That is the OSSC. What I'm hoping to see is no issues. Now, in the early stages of the channel, I had a lot of problems with scroll.
Go down. Straight up.
Especially on shoot-em-ups.
Go up. Go down.
Now, I don't know what the settings are at the moment in time, but normally with laptops, I had to use low resolution and the frames per second were also quite low because otherwise I couldn't cope with it. Since going over to PCs and gaming PCs, I have experimented with the frames per second.
Go up.
But this is basically default settings. I don't know what it is currently set at. It's either 50 or 60. Probably more likely to be 50. I want to see how it performs, so why not go for something fast paced? And that is fantastic. This was basically a demo that we got back in the day, which is basically just the bonus levels of Product X. Okay, next one on this, why not? Let's give AGA a try. Another fantastic game, Body Blows, copyright 1994, Team 17 software.
Fight.
Okay, this game is Body Blows, a 903 fighting game developed and published by Team 17 for the Amiga. A version of MS-DOS followed the same year, and the game was followed by Body Blows Galactic and Ultimate Body Blows. And I'm capturing it on the Elgato HD60 X using the OSSC 1.7, and it's performing very well. I've noticed the occasional glitch from time to time. I don't think it's really down to the capture. I mean, as you can see at the top of the screen, the time's not even working. But we are technically trying to play these games, capture these games on the wrong types of TV. These games weren't designed for these type of TVs. So, I don't think it's going to be any issues. We'll try people's systems out though, but I really do think this is going to be the best one I've had so far. There was also one game capture, I can't remember which one it was, but basically the problem I had with that one was once again a sound issue. And what was the issue with that one was, every so often, the sound went out of sync. It's very bizarre. But his name be praised. It's performing very well. Okay, going to move over to the PlayStation 1 this time. I don't know what it is about the PlayStation 1 and the OSSCs. When it comes to capturing systems with the OSSC, I've had more problems with the PlayStation 1 than any other. So I'm going to substitute the OSSC and move over to the HD converter. Which, over the course of time, I probably bought about 3, maybe 4 of those. They're not overly expensive from Amazon, about £20, something like that, but they are very good. So we'll use that one for this test. There we go, why not? Buster Move 4, putting those back in the day, it's fantastic. Where's the green screen though? Tachio Corporation, 1994, 1998, all rights reserved. Okay, so the game is Puzzle Bubble 4, also known as Buster Move 4. It's the third sequel to the video game Puzzle Bubble and the final appearance of the series on the PlayStation, and the only appearance of the series on the Dreamcast. Right, fantastic game. I've played loads, but not as much as this second game. I've never actually seen, or played, shall we say, the third game. What I like about this one is it has an editor. In fact, I played the editor more than the one-player game. I wasn't a huge fan of the chain reactions in this game. But yeah, this actually is the first of the 25 I created back in the day, and I was quite crazy back then. Also, quite mean to myself. What you need here is a ruler. I really do. It's fantastic though. And performing very well with the Elgato HD60 X, that and the HD converter. What we can actually do on this one is discard them, bounce off the ceiling. There we go. It's superb. Looks amazing. It really is good. On the planet of Bubble Luna lives twins Bub and Bob. One day the sun fails to rise because the fairy of the night, Cleon, has stolen the light source known as the rainbow of the full moon, Madame Luna. She splits the rainbow into 7 light bubbles, and Bob and Bob then set off to retrieve these bubbles and restore the light and peace to their planet. And this one had a few nice mechanics, including the pulley system. But yes, basically the rules are very similar in this game. To other games, you'll try and get rid of all the bubbles and don't drop below the line. Any remaining time is your 30 points. Really is good. Right, we'll do one more. Now, these are basically rainbow bubbles. We can get a serious combo out of it. It spreads and does its thing. But yeah, I spent so much time creating these editors. This is not the editor now, this is the one-player mode. This is the puzzle mode. But yeah, it's very, very good. Cannot go wrong with a game like this. But yeah, I've never ever played the third. But, like I say, it's performing very well with this new game capture card. It really is good. Can't fault it. Over time, I can't find any faults with it at all. Right, next test, PlayStation 2. And the PlayStation 2 works fine with OSSC. It's only the PlayStation 1, really, I've had the most problems. It's bizarre, really. Okay, I think it's time to try out a driving game. Why not? This one I haven't played for absolutely years. It's been a long time. Why not? On the PlayStation 2, Burnout. Okay, so the game is Burnout, a 2001 racing video game, developed by Criterion Games and published by Acclaim Entertainment. It was released on the PlayStation 2 in 2001 and GameCube and Xbox in 2002. It was the first installment of the Burnout series. And looking on the PC, so far it looks really good. Now because on the PlayStation 2 I can use OSSC with no issues. It only seems to be on the PlayStation 1 for some reason. I thought, why not? Let's try it one more time. This time with a fast-paced driving game. And I haven't played this one for absolutely years. Great to go back to. I haven't got all of them in my collection, but 3 was my favourite, 2 was very good as well, but so was this. We are driving a sport coupe. And you've got to try and win the race, of course. But the bar at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen is basically the bar you want to try and fill up by basically driving crazily. You can drive like a madman and get away with it in this game. Drifting around corners, oncoming traffic, and near misses will increase your chances of getting that bar filled up. Once it's full up, you can actually get more boost to your car. Increasing the chances of winning the race, but increasing the chances for a possible crash. And every game they release, they really built on that. Once again, looking so good, performing so well. I haven't noticed any issues so far. And every time I change systems, apart from the OSC change, I'm leaving everything else unchanged. I haven't changed any of the resolutions or the frames per second. I've left it as a default setting. Really good. Right, not going to have much boost being on the right side of the road. Go to the left, shall we? Right, position 2 of 4. Increase that boost. Once we've got the boost, use it here to keep the boost going. Right. R1. Only a fool would do this in real life. It's okay here. Oh my gosh, now that is actually the amount of insurance damage. $20,000. One thing I noticed about this game also is the opposition cars very rarely make mistakes. And if you make too many mistakes yourself, it's very unlikely you're going to win the race. Also, you want to try and make sure the laps are flawless, really. A bus or a car or a truck. Right, I think we're okay. Fantastic. More footage, that is Burnout. Okay, next day I have to be a bit tired, but anyway, I'll do one more digital system and move over to the Xbox One. And like the Xbox One and my PC, both of them are extremely low on memory. It's one of those jobs I keep meaning to do, I just keep leaving it and leaving it and leaving it. But one day I'll do it. So in terms of the game capture itself, I'm absolutely tickled pink with it, really am pleased. But of course this sort of design means more cables. And I'm trying to eliminate the cables, not add more to them on the floor, they're everywhere. But I want to try and see if there's some sort of mount I can get, some sort of bracket. Put it onto the wall somehow and hold it there, I don't know, just to try and eliminate the cables being on the floor. Being so close to the door, there's always going to be a problem, but in the meantime, just leave it there, or indeed on the floor, I'm not sure. Okay, currently 10 to 11, let's give it a try. Right, if I remember there, I thought I was going to have to use the 2-way HDMI splitter, but then all of a sudden I had a brainwave. No, we don't need it, it's just creating more cables. Should capture, there we go, fantastic. Great to go back to. I haven't played the Xbox One for a while. Oh, I did wonder if this would be the case, but yeah, an update is needed. 1.1 gigabytes. Trouble is, a very low on memory. Right, there we go. It took about 25 minutes to do the updates, but why not give this a try? Have played it before, not for a while though. Trials HD. Okay, let's give it a try. Trials HD is an Xbox Live arcade game developed by Red Links and published by Microsoft Game Studios. It was released August 12, 2009 as part of the second annual Xbox Live Summer of Arcade, and later re-released in the retail pack alongside Limbo Explosion Man, April 2011. It is a 2.5D puzzle racing game. We did it even though he died in the process. There we go. Right, second level is the breakdown. You can unlock more bikes along the way, but they're going to be much more fast and more controlled than these ones. I reckon it's what Craig from the Wrecking Crew does in his spare time. He loves his bikes. Me, however, I've never ridden a bike in my life. Right, Johnny Cash knows all about Ring of Fires. He's gone through one. Brilliant. Can you give us a 5? Yes! Sort of. Nicely done. Right, we'll do one more. This one's called the Basic Bumps. And I'm driving the Scorpion 250cc. Yeah, I don't know a lot about bikes, but I don't mind an occasional bike game, but Road Rash is the ultimate. And it's not all about driving fast, it's all about technique also. Sometimes going too fast can actually work against you. But I'm really happy with this game capture. It's by far the best one I've had so far. And I have had a lot of them over the years. There we go, more footage, that is Trials HD. Okay, let's finish the video with unboxing. It's only 11 o'clock at night. Right, I bought this on Amazon 2 days ago, it arrived yesterday, and it should contain 2 items. 1 and 2. Right, earlier in the video I did actually say I bought myself some cable ties for the PC. Not the most accurate descriptions, what it really is cable sleeves. But look at the description, 9.84 feet. Might need more than that, but basically yes, I've got to try and solve those cables. It's an absolute cable fest underneath there. So basically you can feed multiple through one of these sleeves and you can get a pair of scissors and cut them down to size. But I might have to buy another one of those. And the last thing I bought from Amazon is a USB mini hub. This one cost me £4.99. As I mentioned earlier in the video, the two USBs on the top of the PC are very handy, but they're always been taken up by something. So I thought, why not? Rather than get something with a cable, let's buy one of those. So basically plugs in the top, and then basically you've got, is it 2 or 3? You've got a USB 3.0 and 2 USBs, so basically 3. I need as many as I can get. So hopefully I can use that for SD cards, maybe my external hard drive, and we'll see. But yeah, the more the better. This PC is great, I'm very pleased with the PC, but it has got its problems. And one of its problems is not enough HDMIs, not enough USBs. And of course not enough memory. That's also another job for the future, but that is going to be handy. Right, as I said also in this video, this USB 3.0 here, which I thought I was getting back, no, I'm technically not getting it back, I'm losing it because I need that one for the game capture. So I'm going to plug that one into there. I'm going to pick on the PC confirmed, there we go. So now we've got 3, which is very, very, very handy. Okay, so my final thoughts on the Elgato HD60 X. Really pleased with it, really is a nice piece of kit. But of course, yes, the design does give me more cables, it's still very untidy, I've got to try and solve that in the future. But overall, I'm very, very pleased. But hopefully, I really hope it's going to make videos easier for me, that and streams. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, I think it's more of the footage. Hope you enjoyed the video. A huge thank you to all those who watched the video to this point, and also a huge shout out to the patrons who are absolutely superb. Hope you catch you on the next one. It's Jamie from Games. Stay easy. Ciao, bye. See ya.